Love it or hate it, shiny hunting is something you will always see, especially when most of the things you watch are Pokemon related, and I really didn't like it at first, but as I kept seeing it, I fell into a rabbit hole of watching people shiny hunt in different games. But one thing I noticed is that not a lot of people shiny hunt in Black and White, and as a die-hard fan, I couldn't let that slide. So I'll be looking for a blue trubbish for 5 hours a day for a whole week, getting a total of 25 hours. Well, that's the goal anyway, and what better way than to find it on my personal 3DS that I've had for years, with one of the first games I ever owned being Pokémon White, and I'm really hoping I find my shiny this time. And with me having a 3-day weekend, I think I can knock out all 25 hours in 3 days and find my shiny trubbish. And well, if I don't find my trubbish, well, I'll probably hunt for another 5 hours or something. So for day 1, I head to Route 5 and 16 to start this hunt, and there's no real reason for going to both locations as they contain the same Pokemon. I just thought it would be nice to switch up the scenery, and everything was going as expected. No shinies in sight, and I don't think I'm gonna see one anytime soon, as the odds of finding a shiny in Black and White is 8,192, and with no way to boost those odds, this is gonna suck. Luckily for me, I can encounter more Pokemon at a time by going into these dark patches of grass, as I can encounter 2 Pokemon at a time, and with the help of a second DS with a copy of Black, I can go up to 4 encounters at a time. Come on now, it's too easy. So hopefully I can find a shiny soon. Oh my goodness. I don't know why, but my trubbish looks a little weird. Okay, I said I hope to find a shiny soon, but I meant a trubbish, not a Gothita. I kid you not, before the hunt, I looked at all the shinies I could possibly get, and I actually liked most of them except that one, and what did I get? That one. Not only that, it's on my second DS again. And what is this luck? I'm stressed. I mean, on the bright side, at least I didn't spend 4 days getting one shiny, and I found it super early. 2 hours in, 910 encounters later, so yeah, it's also cool to see in battle, but it's not my shiny trubbish. So with that, I didn't find anything else, ending the first 5 hours with 1,930 encounters, which is pretty bad compared to the first time I shiny hunted in Black and White. And I know I haven't hunted in a while, but that's crazy. The first time around, I got at least 2,000. Alright, it's day 1, second half, and I'm hoping I could get another 5 hours done before I go to sleep, but I'm not gonna lie, I was goofing off a little too long, so I started a bit late, so hopefully I don't get too sleepy. When it comes to encounters, I think it was starting to set in that maybe I encountered a shiny and I didn't notice, because sometimes I would hear a shiny sparkle noise, and when I looked at my encounters, they looked normal. I think hearing my Swoobat cry was messing me up, because I specifically remember seeing Minccino, Solosis, and Liepard, and their shinies looked different enough for me to tell, so I was low-key paranoid that maybe it didn't look different enough for me to tell, and that happened a couple times. On another note, tell me why most of my encounters weren't even trubbish. It didn't click until the last hour, but I usually ran into everything else, and that made me realize finding a trubbish is going to be even harder since it pops up less than everything else. But at the same time, when I was hunting a shiny temple, I would see them all the time and still manage to find a different shiny. Yes, I'm still butthurt about that. With that, I ended the day with 2,097 encounters, and I'm starting to get the hang of it again. And for my second phase, I'm currently at 3,117 encounters, so hopefully I can find it under odds, but I think I used all my luck on the first shiny. Alright, it's day 2, and I was expecting it to be just like yesterday, being able to knock out 10 hours with no problem. But it turns out I totally forgot about going to my brother's house to celebrate Easter, as I forgot we switched what day we were doing it, so hopefully I don't stay there for too long or my whole day is gonna be messed up. It didn't help that I started late, but what can you do? When it came to the actual encounters, it was another day of nothing, and for some reason, I didn't feel annoyed by it. Usually, I would be dreaming about doing encounters and still not finding it, but this time around, I felt pretty good. And I think it's because when I was looking for that temple, it had been a whole month, and this time around, it's been a week, so I still have not lost my mind yet. In the end, I had to stop 30 minutes before I could finish my 5 hours as I really had to go. And as always, I forgot to get some footage, so after everything was over, I didn't start hunting again until 8 o'clock at night, and I was already feeling tired, and I could just tell this was going to be the longest 5 hours of my life. But before I could do that, I finished the last 30 minutes I needed from earlier, getting a total of 2,103 encounters. With that, I can start day 2, second half, and to be honest, not much happened, so I got nothing to talk about when it comes to Pokemon, besides the fact that I caught up to a bunch of YouTube and started watching the Equalizer movies. And for the most part, I was just wondering if I was encountering less Pokemon since I felt like I just dropped what I was doing and just watched the movie. I thought I was going to be able to stay awake for the full 5 hours, but I just couldn't do it, and I called it quits with only an hour left. And we didn't end up finding anything. Okay, it's technically the last day, and since I'm reaching my goal of hunting for 25 hours, if I don't find my shiny trubbish in the last 6 hours, I'll hunt for another 5 hours, but if I'm really butthurt, I'll keep looking for it, but that's gonna have to be a different video. For now, I finished up my last hour from yesterday and ended up at 2,240 encounters, and I still happen to be under odds as I'm currently sitting at 7,460, so I think I could find it today. And since I didn't have anything going on, I decided to take my time, which I ended up finishing around 8 o'clock at night, which I really regret as I should have just done it all in one go. In the end, I didn't find anything, which really annoyed me, and I got 2,303 encounters, going over odds, sitting at 9,763. And because I haven't found another shiny yet, even if it's not my trubbish, I'm gonna try to go another 5 hours. Alright, today's the extra day, and if I sound different, that's because I'm recording this on a different day, and somehow I never sound the same every time I add a new recording. So with that out the way, 5 hours later, 2,163 encounters in, I found nothing. How? I knew getting a shiny 900 encounters in was gonna be my downfall, but come on. I'm currently sitting at 11,926 encounters with nothing to show for it. I find it crazy that so far in my shiny hunting journey, I have never found the shiny I was looking for, as I always get the one I wanted the least. What type of luck is that? In total, I spent 30 hours hunting and encountered 12,836 Pokemon, with one shiny being that Gothita and another failed hunt. If you like this video and want to see more stuff like this, like the video as it really helps out the channel, and subscribe as I got a bunch of cool videos you should check out. Alright, that's it. See ya.